Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. It is I, Jesse Milestone, coming to you on this Friday with both good news and bad news.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Where people were just walking around, just jizzing force all over the place. He looks like he has been drinking soy from his mother's teat. Wrap yourselves in, guys, because we are gonna get mean!
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Welcome to Mindless Entertainment. My name is Jesse Milestone. I am your god, empress, and fearless leader of the Mindless Mob, and I'm not sure if this is a meant to offend video, but if you're offended, good. And I'm gonna start this one the way I've started some things you may have heard me say this a couple times before, right? Which is that we're living in a false dichotomy. We are living within this false dichotomy. The powers that be would have us believe that we live in a world where there's two options, right? There's two political parties. There's left and there's right. There's conservative and there's liberal, and those are the only two ways that you could possibly think. That's it. Those are your two options. And that's ridiculous. That's crazy. Especially because we're also supposed to believe that if you believe any part of that ideology, then I must therefore shun and hate you. Crazy town, crazy town. The truth is that that's all part of one ideology, which is tribalism. And that's it. There's that. There's tribalism. There's groupthink. There's people who do that. Subscribe to ideologies. Subscribe to one way of thinking. Cannot parse out any nuance within that way of thinking, but have to blanket accept every piece of it and reject anything that falls outside of it. And then there's people who are like, nah, I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to go case by case. I'm going to make decisions individually based on what's right for me or my people or the world in the moment. Smart people, thinking people. And you'd think that we would have more of these because we should. We really should. We should have less tribalism today than ever before because we have access to the information that allows us to understand every single type of person on this earth, every culture, every language, every way of thinking, from the macro, the expected to the very, very fringe and shocking and surprising. We have the information, and yet we cling even more fervently to our tribalistic ideals. Why? Why are we doing this? Well, it's comfortable, it's hard to change, and it's getting harder to change because people are documentedly moving more and more into areas and communities full of other people who look and think like them. And this thing happens when you're surrounded by people who think like you, which is that you just all get more stubborn and extreme in your beliefs. And it doesn't help. It doesn't help, by the way, to be that one warrior who wants to charge in and fix everything. I'm going to set these insert ideologies straight by bringing the black. You see how you're probably not any more open-minded than the people whose minds you're trying to change. So how? How do you identify if you're surrounded, in a place where all your friends think the same way, all your family thinks the same, all your coworkers, you can't get away from it no matter what you do. So how do you know? How do you find out if you're still able to logic and rationalize and reason with and about people who think differently from you or not? Well, consider the following statement. Both Democrats and Republicans are willing to sacrifice things at the altar of common decency in order to get their way. Maybe you heard that statement and you went, yeah, that sounds true. Maybe though, maybe you heard that statement and you went, yeah, but, well, that side, yeah, I'm sure, but those guys, the ones who are the opposite from me, obviously are worse because of X, Y, and Z. And think about the statement, sacrificing the altar of common decency. So when you just take a little step back for just 1 second, take the blinder off, and look, because it's not that hard. It really does not take that much work to find actually unjustifiable acts from either side of the political aisle, okay? And you really want to tell me you're now going to start splitting hairs and ranking different acts with no justification? Because now all I hear is you, yeah, well, okay, look, I get it. We both kill babies, okay? But my side, we drown babies. Okay, and that's obviously more humane than those guys who bash babies' heads against the wall. And obviously, we're clearly just with our methods, you know, it just takes more time. We're killing fewer babies. So obviously, we can't be as big of monsters as they are. But you know, they're over there being like, oh, drowning babies. No, no, no. We bash their heads against what's clearly far more humane. Just boom, one whack and it's all over. Drowning. Oh no, that takes a long time and it's uncomfortable. But more. No, we don't do more. No. Time for the kill. Our kills are instantaneous, but you have to do the technique and line it up. It takes a long. Those motherfuckers. I'll bet. No. I heard reports that they will just, you know, 2 hands drowning 2 babies at once. People with big hands, sometimes 4 babies. I've heard, I've even seen the videos. I know it's happening for sure. And all I'm hearing is, y'all are all just fucking killing babies. You are all fucking wrong. And by the way, don't think if you're sitting there like, I know you're not wrong. I've always known. I've always said, fuck the system, fuck the establishment, fuck authority, fuck Democrats, fuck Republicans. Do not trust the system. I've always known. I've never bought in. Yeah, remember how the system isn't just Democrat, Republican. You're your own version of tribalism there, buddy. And I don't know if you realize this, but without even considering, without even examining the system to see if it has any valuable parts, you have cut yourself off from understanding or utilizing any parts that may in fact work. You didn't even consider the possibility that there are parts that could. That's how closed-minded you are. You've also cut yourself off from another key point of this. But don't worry if you find yourself in one of these situations. If you're like, oh God, shit, maybe this smacks a little bit of truth. Maybe this is me. Maybe this is me sometimes. Like, we all fall. Look, it's hard. It's hard not to sometimes fall into a little bit of groupthink. We all fucking do it. We just have to check ourselves and pull ourselves back out. So if you found yourself pulled in, there's actually some good news here, right? Or even if you've never gotten now, that's fine. That's fine. That's good news. Because if you're ready to be like, I would like to join the people who talk to each other and listen to each other instead of just scream and wave our hands like retarded monkeys, then the great news is you're poised actually to become one of the greatest thinkers among us, because you are coming out from an ideology, so you're bringing with you the perspective that says, I know that there's more than one way. I've seen what one way does and how that can be wrong. Also, you're bringing the empathy. I understand what type of person could believe these things. It's that type of person, or simply the person who just constantly surrounds themselves by people who thinks differently, that has that key factor of empathy that people who are stuck in tribalism are missing. That ability to understand the people who are different from you. Beware of the person who has no empathy for their enemy, because it means that their vision of the future is a world that does not include anybody who is in any way different, acts or thinks in any way different from them. That's kind of scary. I don't like that. So now I'm sure there's a whole bunch of you, because cognitive dissonance is a very powerful thing, who are hearing all of the words that I am saying and going, hey, you're mad. Hey, no, you're wrong. You're an idiot. You don't know anything. I am clearly right. And you hurt my feefies, which means you're an asshole. And that's okay, fine. You can keep staring into all the shadows on your cave wall, insisting that they are foreign invaders. I will enjoy the sunshine. For those of you who would like to find your way to the sunshine, it's quite simple. It is very simple, actually. Just make decisions for you. Not based on any ideologies or anybody else or what anyone else has told you. Make the decisions that are right for you about everything. The big things, the small things. Make the decisions that are right for you. Step 1, step 2. Let everyone else make the decisions that are right for them, no matter how different they are from your decisions. Let them fucking do it and assume that those decisions are right for them, unless they prove otherwise. And that's not a lot of situations where they're going to do that. One is if their decisions include not respecting your decisions or the decisions of the people around them. That's just basic. Your rights stop where mine begin, and vice versa. Show a little basic human decency, people. And then the other case, obviously, guys, like if someone else is making decisions that is harming them, especially in ways that they are not aware of and not okay with, yeah, you should probably step in. But if they are aware and they are not going to to stop, and as terrible as it is, you don't always want to get in the way of somebody sinking ship, because you may just end up sinking with them, and then nobody is being helped. So as difficult as that one is, swallow that pill along with everything else today. So yeah, that's it. And for those of you who are already standing here with me, being like, yeah, I get it. Fucking think for yourself. But this shit is fucking hard. There's so many idiots out there that you have to deal with. It's not about the thinking for myself part. That's no problem. It's having to talk to these tribalistic morons day in and day out. How do I keep fighting them? Well, you fucking do. First of all, you fucking do. Because no one said that change is easy, and change is the hardest for the people who want it the fucking most. So buck up and get the fuck in there and get your fucking hands dirty and fight with these motherfuckers. Tell them what's what. Reject their reality. Don't let them sucker you in to engage with their talking points and their topics. You lay it out right there for them. You let them know, I do not engage in partisan discussions. If you can't divorce yourself from these types of talking points or from disparaging anybody who happens to be of a different ideology for you, then I cannot engage with you. And if people don't fucking accept that, if they can't hear that, if they're not ready to take the fucking life preserver that you're fucking throwing around them, you know what? You can't teach someone in a coma how to play chess. So you leave those fuckers behind, and eventually, they'll look around and they'll realize that all the cool people, all the smart people, all the decent people are fucking gone. And they'll then maybe try to catch up. And if they're cool, if they're content, that's fine. Because we'll be off living in our newer and better world. And so if this shit offends you, I don't know how, but awesome. You're probably a fucking moron if it does. So great if you are offended by this. And oh, by the way, P.S., just because I wanted you all to know, in my head canon, the baby killers, it was the ones who were doing the drowning were the Democrats and the head bashing were the Republicans. Not that that matters for anything whatsoever. I just thought that some people might want to know. And so that's that. That's today's video. You should watch me here on 17 Live. It's an app. If you use the link that's in the description of my link tree, I get $10 if you download the app from that link. Oh my God, imagine YouTube being like, hey, we're going to give our users $10 every time they get somebody to download YouTube. What a world that would be. What a fucking world. Anyway, that's my reality, so you can help me out with that. Please go over and actually check out the app. Not just me, but the other amazing streamers on there. I'm playing music and doing a lot of other fun shit. Check all of my links out. Fuck YouTube. Fuck the system. Guys, this is how I'm going to end my shit, so let me know if you like it. Remember, there are no reasons, no causes, no explanations, no excuses. There is only living. God Empress, out.